Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I have an update for those of you in the state of California about some of the major issues with the California EDD. I like to create one large compilation video that goes over some of the major issues and updates that we have with the EDD over the last week. These videos tend to have a variety of topics and can be quite dense, so please use the timestamp menu down below in order to navigate to your specific topic of interest. Last week we had released the May revision of the California state budget. Now, I created content on this budget revision last week and the proposed budget allocations for the California EDD. So if you want to view that video to get the specifics, go ahead and click the link in the video description down below. But what we learned from this budget report was that the EDD has an estimated 11 million work items within its backlog to be completed. Now, these 11 million work items are estimated to take 3.5 years to complete. Now this 3.5 year estimate, in order to get the 11 million work items removed from the backlog, comes as a stark contrast to what EDD Director Rita Saenz had stated previously in an EDD accountability hearing. Previously, the EDD director at an accountability hearing had told state lawmakers she anticipated the backlog to be completed by the end of June. Since that accountability hearing, where that end of June estimate was given by EDD Director Rita Saenz, the EDD has also provided a new updated estimate, which once again does not fall in line with the statement that was released in the budget. Despite the EDD director estimating the end of June completion for these backlogged items, on Thursday at a budget subcommittee hearing, we have yet another delayed estimate from the EDD. Carol Williams, the Chief Deputy Director of Operations at EDD, told lawmakers at a hearing on Thursday, "We have confidence that redirecting all of our staff to get folks paid, which is the current backlog, will be eliminated at the end of this summer." Now, stating that the current backlog would be eliminated by the end of this summer implies that those 11 million work items that are stated in the May revision of the budget would be completed by the end of summer. Now, the problem that we see here is that the EDD is giving an estimate of the end of summer to complete their backlog. However, in the May revision of the budget, we see those 11 million work items estimated to take up to 3.5 years to complete. Now, the May revision of the budget, if passed, states that it would reduce those 3.5 years to completing those 11 million work items down to 12 months. There is a misalignment here. The EDD is estimating end of summer, and the EDD is estimating end of summer, and in the budget we are seeing 12 months. What I want to reiterate to you guys is that with these lengthy estimations of how long it will take for the EDD to clear their backlog, it's very important that you understand that many reasons for pending payments will not clear themselves unless you get a hold of the EDD, either by calling into customer service or going the route of contacting your assembly member and having them contact on your behalf. Now, this is a huge problem because not only are you unsure as to why you may be pending, but you are not getting paid the benefits that you're entitled to. In addition to that, you cannot get through the customer service phone line. So I want to remind you guys the important things to remember about pending payments. Number one, if you are UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, and you have reached the end of your benefit year, which is 12 months after your claim start date, then you are required to file a new claim. At this point in time, the EDD is still actively requiring you to file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. Now, they released a press release on last Thursday, which may be confusing some of you, so I want to make it very clear. The EDD stated that in the future, they are working towards automating refiling when you reach the end of your benefit year if you did not work within the last 18 months. This is in progress, and it is not something that has been completed, nor is it up and running yet. So the requirement still stands that if you reach the end of your benefit year and you are UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, you still must file a new claim. If your claim states on extension, this still applies to you. Even if you are on an extension, the EDD states you must file a new claim when you reach the benefit year end. If your payments are stuck in pending and you're 12 months after your benefit year or beyond, you're stuck in pending because you are required to file a new claim. Now, for those of you that had an old expired claim, certified on the expired claim, and then had a new claim awarded, those pending old certifications in most cases will not be migrated over to your new claim. If you are pending for old weeks certified on a prior claim before you filed a new claim, you will need to request either through customer service, or you can try requesting this and ask EDD to have those old pending certifications migrated from your old claim to your new. If you have filed a new claim, if you have been approved for a new claim, and if you have certified under that new claim, your new certifications are going to be stuck in pending for the first up to 3 weeks, while your claim is sent out to a third-party company for an initial UISD review. During this point in time, the EDD performs additional fraud checks on your claim, which includes sending it out to a third-party company called Thomson Reuters in order to provide assurance that your claim in fact is not fraudulent. Now, while your claim is under review, unfortunately, there is nothing that you nor the EDD can do at this point in time. Until your claim comes back from the third-party review, your certifications will be stuck in pending. Call into customer service at this point in time. Unfortunately, customer service will most likely inform you that your claim has been sent out to a third party for review, and they are unable to do anything until it is clear. If you are stuck in pending longer than 3 weeks on a brand new claim, that is the point in time in which I would advise calling into customer service to ensure that there's nothing else holding back your claim from being pushed from pending to paid. Next, if you are subject to any sort of ID verification, document verification, address verification, etc., then the EDD will have your payment stuck in pending until they receive those documents, process them, and apply them to your claim. This unfortunately can take a varied amount of time depending on what documentation and exactly how long the EDD takes to process. If you are stuck in pending any longer than 2 weeks after submitting documents or ID verification, then at that point in time, I would contact the EDD or reach out to your assembly member. Next, many of you have been told that you are pending because you are awaiting a phone interview. Unfortunately, the wait time to have your interview date set has been extremely problematic. Some subscribers are reporting as few as 2 weeks, but the majority of my subscribers are reporting feedback that their interview is taking upwards of 6 weeks to 10 weeks just to get scheduled. Now, the EDD released a tweet that stated if you do not receive a call from EDD at your scheduled interview time, we may have confirmed your eligibility or resolved the issue. Check your current payment status for updates. Canceled interviews will no longer display in UI Online. This is problematic because if the EDD schedules you an interview and they don't call you and it's removed from your UI Online, that can mean one of two things. Number one, you are okay and you will not need another phone interview. Or number two, you still do need a phone interview. Unfortunately, this tweet is vague and it states may. If you are someone that had your phone interview canceled, you did not receive a call, or it removed itself from your UI Online, and you are still stuck in pending, I would reach out to either the EDD or your assembly member. Additionally, if you are waiting longer than 2 weeks to receive your phone interview scheduled, reach out to your assembly member. Unfortunately, I'm not certain if they are able to help negotiate a faster wait time for your phone interview, but it does not hurt to get your assembly member working on your behalf. Next, let's talk about those of you that are stuck in pending for claim weeks ending 4/10 and onwards. If you have been pending since 4/10 and onwards, that is a signifier that you are under a new quarter review. At the start of a new quarter, the EDD is seeming to hold many individuals who have been receiving benefits for a significant amount of time, typically over a year, stuck in pending while they need to review your claim. They are not providing this information anywhere on their website, in Twitter, in their videos, etc. This information seems to only be provided when claimants call into customer service about the pending issue. Because I'm receiving an overwhelming amount of feedback that this is the reason why claim weeks ending 4/10 and onwards are stuck in pending, I really hope that the EDD moves to address this issue, add it to their website, and provide more information on this. When claimants call into customer service regarding this new quarter review pending issue, the customer service rep is then able, in most cases, to push them from pending to paid. They also, unfortunately, let them know that they will need to call back in at the start of the next quarter. Now, all other pending reasons seem to be internal stop payment alert issues, where the EDD's internal computer system has flagged something about your claim, which then requires the EDD to gather more information from you, either through a customer service rep or through a scheduled phone interview. All of these pending issues, you unfortunately will need to call into customer service, get through to a representative, or if you cannot get through, contact your assembly member and have them contact the EDD on your behalf. Next, let's talk about those of you that are going to ask me tomorrow why your certifications from this last Sunday have not yet been paid. Monday is a holiday, and that means that although your EDD certifications may be moved from pending to paid, most likely Bank of America may not process the payments and post them to your account. This could still be done for some, depending on Bank of America's internal processes. However, given that it is a holiday, I would anticipate an additional 1 to 2 business days for your payments to move from pending to paid on the EDD and posted in Bank of America. Next, let's talk about the new change that the EDD announced it will be working on implementing for those of you that reach the end of your benefit year. On Thursday, the EDD issued a press release wherein they stated that they're working towards automating the refiling of a new claim if you did not work within the last 18 months. Now, the EDD stated that this is something that they're working towards. This is not something that is up and running yet. So for those of you that are reaching the end of your benefit year right now, still continue to file a new claim because this is not active. This is something that they are hoping to achieve soon. In their press release, the EDD stated, under the new process, claimants who did not earn wages in the last 18 months will no longer have to reapply for benefits. Instead, EDD will automatically process benefits on their behalf and add a federal extension to the expired claim or continue the existing extension. This automation will occur regardless of type of claim, such as a regular claim, federal extension, or PUA. They go on to state that claimants who did earn enough wages in the past 18 months to potentially establish a new claim will still have to reapply for benefits, even if they are currently on an extension. Next, I want to give you guys a reminder that you do not want to hear, and it is, please make sure that you are setting aside 10% of your unemployment benefits, including the boost, for federal income taxes. In the state of California, unemployment benefits are not taxed on the state level, but they are taxed on the federal level. This includes the unemployment boost, the PEUC boost of $300. So what about for those of you that check the tax withholding option? If you select to have income taxes withheld from your EDD payments, it will withhold 10% of your California unemployment benefits, but it will not include a withholding for the $300 boost. Fortunately, the California EDD does not withhold 10% from that $300 boost. I want to remind you all that it's extremely important that you set aside 10% from that $300 boost and 10% from your California unemployment benefits if you don't have taxes withheld. Set that money aside for when you do your 2021 income taxes. Now, the next question that usually follows along with that statement is, we received a tax exemption on the federal level from that $10,200 worth of unemployment benefits in tax year 2020. Does that also apply to tax year 2021? Unfortunately, the answer is no. There has been no legislation passed that would exempt any amount of your unemployment benefits from federal level taxation in tax year 2021. Next, I want to talk to you guys about those of you that are being told to file a new claim for a second time. Many of you reported to me that the EDD has been sending you out reminders that you reached the end of your benefit year, that your claim expired, and that you were required to file a new claim. But this is coming after you recently did file a new claim and had that application processed. Fortunately, the EDD did not have any answers for me when I asked them this question. So in general, if you are able to certify and get paid on your claim, then I would assume that this is a blanket statement sent out to any claimant that has reached the end of their benefit year, regardless of their new application being processed. We have seen the EDD issue these blanket statements before, and they have been problematic in the past because they don't always apply to everyone that they send them to. But if you are stuck in pending, not paid, or disqualified on your claim, and you receive this notification after filing a new claim, then I would make sure that you follow up with the EDD by calling customer service. There may be an error or an issue in your new application, and you may in fact need to file a new one. Next, let's talk about those of you who cannot complete your ID verification through ID.me. Many of you are extremely frustrated at the ID.me process, and some of you are able to get through it with no issues. Unfortunately, for those of you that get stuck in the ID verification process, it can be extremely frustrating for several different reasons. Number one, if you have a hold on your credit report, that can stop ID.me from being able to verify your identity. So please make sure that you lift any hold that you have on your credit report temporarily so that you can have your ID verified. Secondly, if you are on any sort of a phone plan that is not in your own name, then ID.me may not be able to verify you correctly. Additionally, if you are subject to doing any sort of a video chat with a trusted referee on ID.me, the wait times are extremely frustrating, with many waiting 4 to 5 hours and some never actually being able to get connected with a trusted referee. It's best to initiate this video call in the middle of the night between midnight and 5 a.m. because it is a 24-hour service. Additionally, if you are not able to get any help from ID.me, go on Twitter and create a tweet to the CEO, Blake Hall. This is the most effective method to get his team to respond quickly to your questions. And lastly, if you have trouble verifying your ID, I want to share with you the ID department's phone number. This is the direct phone number for the EDD ID verification line. They will be able to answer your questions and help you with some issues regarding your ID verification. This is a different number from the main phone line. Next, let's talk about the work search requirements and Caljobs requirement. Many of you are asking me if the California EDD has changed their work search requirements. At this point in time, the EDD has not changed their work search requirements. The current work search requirements still state that you must be available and willing to accept full-time work, but you are not required to search for work. With that being said, I want you guys to understand that it unfortunately is a reason why you could be stuck in pending should you choose to answer that no, you are not looking for work on your biweekly certifications. Answering no to are you looking for work on your certifications is something that can trigger a stop payment alert in EDD's computer system and then require you to have a phone interview. So while the work search requirement is still waived, it is still the safest for your claim to continue to search for work and continue to answer that yes, you are looking for work. Regarding Caljobs, California EDD has stated that work search requirements are lifted. However, they did not make a similar statement regarding Caljobs. So it is still my recommendation that you do follow through with posting your resume on Caljobs to ensure that you are compliant with everything that they need in order to pay you. Next, let's talk about contacting EDD. This unfortunately continues to be an extreme problem for you guys. In addition to the difficulty it takes to get through and actually get on a hold line, what's now becoming a massive problem for a vast number of my subscribers is the fact that you will actually get to a hold line only to have your call dropped several hours into your hold. The EDD has not addressed this issue. I created a video earlier this week on 25 numbers that you can attempt in order to get through to the EDD. Some of these are department-specific phone numbers, such as the ID verification department or tech services, but others of them are branch phone numbers, and you can try all of them because the EDD branch office should still have the ability to access your claim through their internal system or forward you to a hold line. So I want to encourage you guys to go and try all of the numbers that you possibly can in that video to see if any of them work for you. Included in that video is contacting the American Job Centers, which are funded through the Department of Labor and affiliated with the EDD. I'll give you more information about this in my 25 phone numbers to call EDD video. Next, I'm still recommending the following phone trick in a video that I'm going to leave in the description for you down below. Additionally, if you speak a different language, those different speaking language lines often are less congested with fewer amounts of callers who speak that language. So try to call in on a different language line. Next, if you're unable to reach EDD, or if you are not happy with the customer service that you are receiving from them and you need additional help resolving your issues, contact your assembly member. The assembly members have been extremely helpful in helping EDD claimants to get their issues resolved. Many of my subscribers have continued to inform me over the last week that they have had a positive experience and have got pushed from pending to paid by contacting an assembly member. Now, unfortunately, the assembly members are not supposed to be doing this job, but many of them now are acting as caseworkers. In general, they are going to be sending you an intake form asking you for your customer account number and your social security number, because in order to help you with your claim, they must have that information to send over to the EDD. And lastly, if you want to get through to the EDD as soon as possible, my subscribers continue to report positive feedback using Claimer. Claimer is a third-party company that you pay a fee to in order for them to redial the EDD and then connect you to a hold line once it is reached. Now, just as my channel should not have a need to exist, because there should be no need for all of you to come to someone on YouTube to get information about a government organization, there also should not be a need for Claimer to exist. But for those of you that cannot get through to the customer service phone line, this is an option. If you have worries that they are a scam, if you are worried that they are clogging the phone lines, or if you want to see more details about this company, I encourage you to watch the video that I have linked down below, where I delve very deeply into answering many of your concerns with the CEO and with their dashboard data from their bot. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me